off with, can you guys just say who you are so other people
It
know?
doesn't really matter.
Oh.
I'm John Hohulin. I'm in the shop.
My name is Justin Worden. I'm in the shop too.
He just orders things and sometimes answers the phone. That's what he does.
That's your job.
Oh, well, then apparently I'm Justin from the shop, and this is John.
That's more accurate, I would say.
Full of lies and deception.
Okay, so how long have you guys been here?
I've just passed 2 years in August.
I was a tech before I had this job, so I've been here since it's been almost 5.5 years.
But did you have this like strange going away? Like,
Yeah, I had a period where I was kind of doing like a sabbatical at another job, and that didn't go very good, so I came back.
yeah.
Yeah.
You thought like maybe greener pastures moment?
Yeah, I was estranged, but now I came back. I was a prodigal.
A prodigal.
And I come back to Nussbaum, and they took me with open arms. Yeah,
Aw.
For the
Yeah.
most part.
yeah.
Did Justin immediately take you with open arms when you first arrived?
No, not at all.
Yeah, what
Justin's
happened?
probably like, who is this guy?
Yeah. So I think it was first day on the job. We were sitting there.
So bear in mind, like I'm like really, really comfortable at Nussbaum because I know everybody except
Yeah.
for Justin.
Really comfortable at Nussbaum.
Yeah.
And it was the first day, and he was talking. He's like, "Oh man, I really need to do yoga."
No, I need to stretch my back.
Needed to
My
stretch his
hurts
back.
sometimes.
Yeah.
And then tell him what you did.
I just stretched my back.
Yeah, he laid down on the floor
It was on a mat. I wasn't
on a
the floor.
mat.
Wait, you brought a mat
No,
into work?
Yeah, he brought a yoga mat.
I didn't bring, it was just the rug like that we had
Oh,
in the
okay.
shop office.
Yeah.
And then he did a little stretching, and I looked at James, and for a moment, I thought we made one of the worst mistakes possible. But now I wouldn't trade it for nothing.
Aw.
So he's part of my team.
Yeah.
Consider him a brother, family member.
Speaking of team, I want to give a shout out to Jared and Jason and John and
Michael Dotson at home.
Yeah.
Michael Taylor.
Taylor.
Yep.
Wow.
And don't forget.
No one else.
No one.
No.
Definitely not the last one.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Oh,
What about Tony?
Oh, Tim. Well, Tony. That's who I was forgetting.
Well, that's all.
yeah.
Yeah. We don't want him to know we're doing this because we'll just disappoint him
Oh.
Tim, we like you too, I guess.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, most times.
Yeah.
So how did you get over the whole stretching thing? How did you find out that it was just like an impromptu joke?
I don't know.
We started making. Well, I mean, like we would quote movies every now and
Yeah.
then.
And somehow we have the same interest.
Yeah. Somehow we have the same type of like humor we like to see in movies.
Right.
Okay.
And that really, I would say.
Brought us closer to where I could say, okay, you're allowed to do yoga in here now without me judging. So
Yeah.
I
Well,
haven't,
you
I haven't
guys-
done it like once since then.
But I think I just had awkward silence when he did. I just kind of turned around and just kept looking at my keyboard, trying to pretend it didn't happen. I've just never had that happen in all my work experience. So it just threw me off guard a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're both like, we both have really weird senses of humor. Mm-hmm. And like sometimes like when two people have like really weird senses of humor and they meet each other in the world, they're both like, that guy's really weird.
Right.
Oh.
Until you get to know him.
Until you get to know them, you're like, oh, we got the same sense of
Yeah.
humor.
So it was like you're meeting yourself.
Yeah,
and you
pretty much.
immediately
Yeah.
didn't like it.
I would, yeah.
Like,
That's
Who
interesting.
does he think he is?
Yeah,
Me.
that's a good question for all you out there. If you met yourself, would you like yourself out there in the world?
Ooh. That's a really good
Comment down
question.
below.
Yeah, leave a like. Go ahead and hit that bell notification.
Yeah.
Smash that like button.
Don't forget to subscribe
Yeah. If I met myself,
right
I'd
over
probably
here.
say, "Ooh, we got to tone it down a little bit.
Right.
A little too fluffy and friendly." Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. Speaking of fluffy and friendly, I don't know if anyone has noticed. If you're watching this on video, this is Petey.
Which
If
I hope you're not.
listening-
I hope you're just listening. I hope you can't actually see us.
So yes, yeah. Sometimes there's not a day that goes by that I don't like have this like overwhelming desire to do something that's just kind of strange or out there. So yeah, this is Petey, and he shows up every once in a while. So yeah.
I know you're a bird person, and you really love birds, and do your best to take care
Oh,
of them.
no.
You would never, ever harm a bird,
Yeah.
right?
So on accident, I was at the fishing derby some time ago, like last week, and I had this great idea. Like we were putting up this banner that Jesse designed, and we're so excited. First banner at the fishing derby ever, and it's big, right? Like it's like meant for you to take pictures in front of, and it's great. And so we're super excited, and I just take a little seat down to make sure, I brace myself to install this massive banner. And I stand up, and someone tells me, "Wait a second, there's a dead bird right there." And I, in fact, do believe I might have sat on it.
Yeah. Rumor has it it's Petey's brother. Oh. Yeah. So one less member of the Petey family.
Yeah, he was yellow. It was sad.
Well, I heard like the bird was okay and like flew off and like looked back and was giving like thumbs up.
Aww. So to like and subscribe the channel.
Yeah.
False. It's still there. It's still there.
Don't go out and look at the bush. Which bush was it?
Right by the Welcome Center.
Yeah. Yeah.
Facilities.
So you guys recently had Shop Appreciation Week?
Yeah.
And from what I noticed is it was like a massive family gathering.
Yeah,
pretty large dysfunctional family gathering.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's functional.
Yeah.
Tell me about an average day in the shop.
Oh boy.
Well, usually how it kind of goes is you get there and you're trying to recover from the previous day. Mm-hmm. It's not every day, but usually there's a day like there's a talking point of the day, like some driver did X with X truck, something like that, and that kind of, I don't know.
Is it a good talking point or a bad talking point?
It all depends.
Yeah, and it could just be something that happens that's uncontrollable, but you're always, like he said, when you come in, you're recovering from what you maybe didn't get done the night before, as willing to try to help everyone that's scheduled for maintenance, as well as all the breakdowns that we weren't anticipating on top of it. Ooh. So really, I mean, for what they do in the shop floor, it's amazing what they can get done for us. Between the people that are already driving, the new hires, the double swaps, the sale trucks, I mean, those guys are amazing. And, we did one day, but I mean, truly, every day should be, Tech Appreciation Day for what they do for us to keep our guys moving and everything. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, we had a nice lunch catered in, and they won some gifts and everything. But we're just truly grateful for everything that they do for us.
Wow. Wow. So you guys are in the office of maintenance, but then we have our techs.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. So what are like a tech's hours?
Well, there's two shifts, I believe.
Yeah, 2 shifts right now. The guys that are on, there's like 2 guys that come in really early, and they usually like 3 a.m. to 11:30, 12.
Right. Sometimes longer. Like I said, they're there to serve the driver and do the best they can for that driver. So, there's several times where they do have shifts, but a lot of them do what they can to stay late and come in early just to help the drivers,
Yeah.
Right.
And then sometimes the shift that ends at night, that crew is, a real tight-knit family, and they'll stay late too to do whatever it takes to keep the drivers moving. And then going into the winter, a lot of people don't know, but they'll actually help with the snow removal too. So they just do whatever they can to keep all the trucks moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of like, it's a close-knit group, like when you're, because I was a tech on second shift for a while, and you get to know everybody, and it's just like, it's a team. It's a team atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are things, what's an average job a tech does? Like their tire is broken?
There's really no average to what they do, because it could go from, A all the way to Z and anywhere in between. So there's no real set thing. The only thing that we don't do is heavy internal work on the engines and stuff. We're more preventative maintenance focused.
Okay.
So we're looking to try to catch things before they break, as well as catching little things that may have broke or DOT issues. So, to really specify what exactly they do would be so hard, because one day it could be, this, and the next it could be something just completely different.
Yeah. And did they have to go to school for that, or they can just come here and learn, or?
So I actually, I used to be a tech. I went through the diesel program at ICC. So I was going to that for 2 years, and while I was doing that, I was interning here, and beforehand I would work there.
Okay.
And I think one of the guys right now is going to be going through that, hopefully. But it kind of varies. Everyone has a little bit of, if you're going to be a mechanic, you need to have a little bit of technical skill, obviously. And I think that kind of, that can be nurtured, I think, a lot. Right. I think a lot of techs, because I started out, not really knowing much at all.
Yeah.
And I like to think I know a little bit more than I did then.
Well, didn't you build your own truck?
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't build my own truck. My grandpa gave me an old Willys pickup truck. If you've seen the Willys Jeep, It's like the pickup version of that.
Okay.
And over the course of a couple of years, I, with some help, I restored it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. People always say, like, that looks like a fun project. And I'm like, well, fun's not, like, really the first word I'd use to describe it. But, I mean, very rewarding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very rewarding.
Yeah.
And there was nothing like driving up my grandpa's lane with it all done and just seeing, like, the...
Your wooden pipe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, can we pull up that picture of John and his
Oh, you have
pipe?
a picture? You have a picture of it?
Maybe. I don't know what we have up our sleeve.
Oh, boy.
Oh, there it is.
There we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where did you guys go?
That's you in the truck, huh?
Where did you get that picture from?
I have people that know people, John. Nothing is safe.
Oh, boy.
So was that when you were driving up your grandpa's lane, or that's just a different day?
I don't know where that is, honestly. I'm trying to, like, picture where that was, and I have no idea. Were you with me?
No.
I don't know where that was. I have no idea. Maybe it was my wife that stole that picture of me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you guys
Good possibility.
my lands?
So, where did you get the hat and the? I hope there was nothing in that.
Well, so one of my goals, and, like, don't tell my mom or my wife this, but I kind of know.
Hold on, I'm going to put her on speakerphone.
Yeah, yeah. One of my goals was to get that interior of the truck smelling like tobacco, just kind of like the old classic. So, like, there'd be times where I'd have a cigar while I was working in the truck, and it has a little ashtray that comes out.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't smoke, like, regularly, but I thought it'd be kind of classy to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you ever get in there and smell that, that's what it
Yeah.
is.
Just the manly
Yes,
smell.
exactly. Yeah.
See, I wouldn't. I say most things are cute, but I wouldn't get in there and say, "Oh, this is cute," if it smells like tobacco.
Cute truck, John.
Oh, man, what happened in here?
See, so it's funny that you say that because I've had conversations with my wife before about, like, there's, like, these trucks, like old trucks you see at, like, Tanner's Orchard or something like that. Mm-hmm. And that's, like, my biggest fear, that, like, my truck is going to be an object for like, women that are going shopping. Oh, that's cute. When it's been, like, this hardworking, like, truck its whole life. I feel like it, it needs.
So that's why you had to mark it with its smell.
Yes, exactly.
Proven manly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's really wise. Yeah. So outside of restoring trucks, what about you guys have any other? Justin, you have any hobbies or?
Yeah, I fly RC planes and then raise children as a hobby. So.
RC planes?
Yeah, sure do. They're it's like that, but they're airplanes. They're little remote control airplanes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think we might have a picture of that too, huh?
Yeah, I think that one that I got you I think she was maybe 1 year old.
That is you raising a children and flying a plane.
Yeah, and it was challenging because she kept trying to grab the remote. She didn't know what she was doing. So there was a couple times where it was pretty sketchy. But yeah, she loves it out there. I take her out. She's just over 2 1/4 right now, 2 1/2-ish.
Yeah.
She loves running around out there. The club of ours owns about 6 acres out by Funk's Grove.
Oh.
So we go out there and fly.
Sweet. I just love the person's reaction in the background.
That's my dad.
Oh, really?
He has that look all the time, even when normal conversation.
Yeah.
I was telling you guys yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes.
What happens in normal conversation with him?
Sometimes he'll say, "Hey, Justin," and then "Yeah, Dad," and it'll literally take him 5 minutes to get the next part of the sentence out.
Yeah.
I think that one would vouch too for it. I mean, sometimes it's painful.
Yeah.
Just the waiting for, like, is this important, not important? Do you need me to do something now?
Yeah. Maybe he just likes to create suspense.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would make total sense.
I'm not good playing the waiting game.
Mm-mm.
My dad, like, whenever he, I don't know, has something he's going to tell me about something, he'll kind of do that too.
Yeah.
When he wants me to go, like, what? He'll
What do
just
you
be
want,
like,
Dad?
hey, John.
What do you want, Dad?
What? Yeah. It's my dad.
Yeah. So, do you guys have any embarrassing stories that you'd like to share about one another? Anything happened recently?
I already told mine about you.
The yoga?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, if that's the first contact you're hearing about me, the fact that I did yoga on my first day back.
Did you have that planned out, or you...
No.
Oh, come on. The night before you had a checklist and you kept going over it like, okay, halfway into the day I'm going to do
I could
yoga.
kind of sense even that, like, you were like, who is this guy?
Right.
Yeah.
Because I was still new. I mean, you started in what, November, December?
Yeah, December 2nd.
And so I was right in August, so I didn't know. And there was so much changes going through there. And then all of a sudden, I guess, who's the new blood coming in here?
Oh.
Is he going to fit in, or?
Yeah.
So, like, when you guys both first started originally at Nussbaum, did you have preconceptions that were completely, like, abolished? Like, if you're like, it's not going to be a good job, or, like, what were your thoughts before starting at Nussbaum?
Well, so Nussbaum was like, I wouldn't say it's my first real job, but like it was my first like real, like full-time job. So I really didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And then when I went to my other job for like 6 months, like I just missed the culture a lot. Like we just had something so special here with the culture. Yeah.
And I saw that just because I worked at a body shop doing repairs on these trucks, and
Yeah.
I always said, man, I want to work there, because I'd see everyone's attitude. The people I interacted just seemed like amazing people. And, I said, I really, really want to work there someday. And there was just never seemed like there was openings. And then I got the, news that Kevin was going to safety and there was an opening, so I applied. And, I worked at the last job for 15 years. And, when you come into a place like this that, puts their values and their culture out in front of you and said, this is what we're based on, this is the first place I've ever worked at that actually backs it up and actually lives and breathes that culture. And I mean, the first 3 months was hard for me. I didn't know if I'd make it, just because I didn't know anything hardly at all.
Yeah.
So I just felt like maybe this isn't the right job for me.
Yeah.
But then as everyone helped and treated me like family and helped me grow, it became, this is the perfect spot for me.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's why I tell drivers when I meet them, I say, they'll tell you in the orientation, faith and family, and tell you what we're all about. But they don't just tell you, they show you, and they execute that every day. And I mean, you just can't find that anymore. And that's why I feel so lucky and blessed to be here. Because like I said, it's not just words or saying this is what we're about. They actually prove it and show it through everything that they do.
Yeah.
That's one thing I really appreciate about my job is like over time you get to know faces and you get to know like drivers and you get to know personalities, and it's just like, hey, how's it going? Like how you been? How are things going on the road?
Yeah.
And they ask you the same thing. Like it's just, I don't know, it's a really healthy supportive environment.
Yeah. Yeah. It is super nice. I mean, yeah, when you're a new person, there's the learning curve of this is a completely different company. So it's almost like learning a new language to start off with.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
And then, yeah, you also have the fact of like, everybody else already knows each other. They've been here for a while. I'm so new. Where do I eat lunch?
Right. No. That computer. You get your own office banter.
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, there's a funny Saturday Night Live sketch that we go back to. Like, basically, the tight-knit group, you form like those little thing, like office banter and stuff. And it gets to the point where I'm on vacation with my family, and I'm like, man, I can't wait to see my family at work too when I get back,
Yeah.
Because it's just, I don't know. When we worked from home during the start of COVID and everything, it just wasn't the same.
Yeah.
I yearned to get back into the office to be with my peers. I've never had a job like that where I get up in the morning and want to go to work. And, it's a great feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can say the same thing. There's never been one time since I've came back that I've been like, I got to go to work today. Yeah. It's always been like, don't know what today's going to bring.
Right.
Hopefully there's food.
Right. There's definitely been food.
Yeah. Yeah. If that's one thing that happens around there, is there's just usually always food laying around.
Especially the shop office. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Even if you're a driver and you're visiting in, like if you made your way around the office, like I'm sure somebody would have
you can find
something
it. You can
by
find
their
it.
desk that would be able to give you like a cookie or candy. I typically have candy, but yeah. So I have a few strange cards that I kind of picked out.
Oh boy.
So I'd like to pick
Scary.
your brain. What
You
kind
don't
of
wanna do that.
morning, like do you guys give yourself like a morning inspirational pep talk? Like you're like, good morning.
I don't.
Wait, no?
No.
I go to the Bible for that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who better to give me a pep talk than the one that created me?
Wow.
Yeah.
I wish I could like.
And mine are normally chaotic, trying to get the family moving before I get out the door. So I don't really know that I have time in the morning. It's me trying to rush out the door, and
Yeah.
hopefully the house doesn't burn down on my way.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really good. Who or where would you haunt if you were a ghost?
haunt.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Definitely shop office.
Yeah. just to mess around.
I think I would like. So let's say someone needed like a pen. I think I would move the pen like, and just hide it just out of view. So it'd be like, "Where's my pen?"
And then, yeah, or give it to someone that you know, like if it was a ghost haunting us, I would want them to take John's pen and give it to me, so that John thinks that I stole the pen and really I didn't.
Oh, just to create all that like
Right.
drama
Yes.
and division of
Yes.
like you.
Because one time someone did take John's pen, and he
yeah.
made missing signs and put them on the windows. And have you seen this pen?
I kind of get a
Are
little
you
bit.
serious?
Oh, it was-
I mean, like I
was
really like
serious.
my pens. I kind of get emotionally attached to my pens because they've just been with me for so long. Like I've had several where the ink runs out, and it's like you're holding on to someone's life as they slowly slip away because like the ink is slowly like
Yeah.
fading away.
You can see it in his demeanor. Like when that pen is passing, John goes from a happy-go-lucky, and you can just see it just wearing on his face.
Well, you saw when I lost my pen.
Oh, he was beside himself.
Oh no.
I've never seen him like that.
Do you have like a specific, like it's not just like a regular red pen, like it's got to be something fancy, right?
Well,
It
yeah.
depends how it starts out, I think. I mean,
Yeah.
that pen was his pen and no one else's.
Because there's been several pens where like, fine, I guess I'll use you now, and then it's like, okay, I kind of like you, okay. And then it's like, you forge that bond and you go walk together through, your day together.
Yeah.
And it's like that one pen that was, I didn't like this pen at all. Now, okay, you've been with me through a lot. So,
Yeah.
yeah, people like pens.
Yeah.
Put that on a,
on a pen.
yeah.
People like pens.
I was going
On
to
the
say,
pen.
what was the,
Put it on a
Hallmark,
person.
Hallmark card, that's what it is.
Yeah.
If I make you a shirt, will you wear it? Okay. Go wear a
She said
shirt.
yes.
Yep. Good.
People like pens, you just write them off. I'm just kidding.
Oh no.
Maybe don't put that on a Hallmark card.
No.
No. Okay. What's the most awkward thing that happens to you on a regular basis?
On a regular basis?
This is really awkward.
That is.
Yeah.
I think this question. But this wouldn't be a regular. This would be a one-time occurrence. So.
Well, there was something really funny that happened. So Justin made a little mistake the other day, gave out something that he just wasn't supposed to. And so when he called me, I usually answer the phone like, "Hi, this is Sage." But I was kind of upset with him, so I go, "Hello?" And Justin, what did you say?
What?
I said, "Hello."
And I put, "It's me." So I did the whole Adele song for her.
He said, "You sound like Adele."
She did right at the beginning of the song. I just heard it playing in my head. And
Is that when
How
you
does the
said
rest of
hello
it
from
go?
the shop side?
yes, yes, that was when she was mad at me because I made a mistake. I
Yeah.
tried to ask questions and no one was there, so
Yeah.
I pulled the trigger.
Well, I don't know if anyone else out there has this kind of problem, but like, there's a lot of emotions I feel in a day. I can't
Well,
help
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
One time in like our team's chat, somebody sent like a ton of different like they liked it, they hearted it, they did a sad face, they did like a crying face, like all these different emotions, and I was like, wow, I'm so grateful that like you also can understand how I feel in like an hour of span time. I just can't help it. I'm very expressive.
Yeah, on that topic, like, I didn't realize how emotionally draining, like, this job would be as a maintenance coordinator. Like, as a tech, like, physically, like, I'd get home and, like, I'd just fall asleep and go to bed.
Yeah.
Like, this job, I get home, I'm like, wow, I just need, like, some time to decompress. And then that's not, like, anything on the driver. It's just, like, I'm
Yeah.
dealing with a lot of, problem after problem
Yeah.
after problem, which is fine. Like, I like helping people,
Yeah.
especially our drivers. But
Yeah.
you just get down to the end of the day, it's like, whew.
Yeah. Well, it's because you care so
Right.
much, and then you're
yeah.
constantly hearing about like this problem or this accident or this event happen to like our employees.
Well, and right now it's harder more than ever
Right.
because all these places on the road that we get services at is short-staffed. So we're trying, if someone has an issue that we need to fix for them, it might take 10 calls to get one person, and then that
Yep.
one person still might be 5 to 6 hours.
Yeah.
And you're still doing your best to search for what is the best option.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for-
that to me is like I mean, so like our drivers will break down, let's say like a dealership, and I know they're frustrated, and like I can't get a straight answer out of the dealer, and like I just feel really bad because like I feel like I'm not adequately helping our drivers, like
Yeah.
and that's like the most frustrating thing.
Yeah.
is when you can like, I'm not gonna make it home this weekend. Like that just like, it's awful to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I mean, who am I to say like, call the dealer, get a bad like a bad piece of news, and then like I go home at night.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So how, like when that happens, how do you, are the drivers understanding? How do you like cope with?
Well, we try to do whatever we can, like,
Yeah.
based on scenarios, you
Yeah.
know. Like I'd say the most stressful recently for me is we had an employee that had, a death in the family and their truck broke down and I had to get him serviced and get him home in time. So going through, doing everything I can for him and, working with operations, everyone pulling out every string we can just to make sure we can, do what's best for them.
Yeah.
And, just in the back of your head worrying if something falls through.
They're not
This isn't
Yeah.
just going home to go to sleep. I mean, this is something very important that I need to do everything I can for this person.
Yeah.
And also, I think Justin can echo this, but like, let's say like it's 4:25, and it's like 5 minutes before I go home. If I set up a breakdown, like I'm gonna be thinking about that. It's like, is ops after hours gonna be able to handle this? Like, and they do. Like, is like something gonna go wrong? Like, I'm thinking about it. Like when I go home. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, do you guys have any, we have own it moments here, right? Have you seen any like sweet own it moments recently with like another driver helping out another driver? Or,
Oh, absolutely. I see it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drivers that say like, hey, this trailer over here, like I'm not taking this load, but there's this trailer over here and I see it's loaded, so someone's gonna be picking it up. It's got like a trailer tire that's needs fixed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's like, I'd hate to have the next guy have to get there and take it like with that tire and deal with that. So that's
Like just turning the eye and letting it go
Yeah.
and then seeing where
You want to explain like what an own it moment is, maybe, because not everybody listening is going to know what an own it moment is, and in daily life we can also apply that.
Right.
to
I mean,
our
it's
lives.
like basically in our work sense, we're employee owned. So, while we each have different titles, we're all in this together. And every little bit from every person helps, everything. So, like he was saying, own it moment for the trailer. If that driver doesn't call in, the other person comes. And then now we have to send out roads. So instead of a load getting there on time, making the customer happy, the customer giving us more work, or, being thankful and appreciative, now we have all this other stuff in a way that could have been prevented it. So like as an owner, we're always thinking, what can we do better? What can we improve on? And that's something that we always try in the shop, whether people see it or know we're doing it. In the background, we're always trying to think of processes that what can we do better for the company as a whole, not just for the shop, but what will benefit the drivers, what will benefit operations, what can benefit marketing. I mean, we're all in this together. And and that's why we always call it, it's our coworkers, but it's our family,
Yeah.
We look out for each other. And as a whole company, I feel like our culture is good enough to where inadvertently we might be doing own it moments every day and maybe just not pointing them out and recognizing people for it. But I feel like the way everyone I feel cares about the company, we're all doing it daily and just it's become part of our culture. We don't realize that we're doing it. Maybe that driver didn't realize and want to be, said that was an own it moment, but in his head, he's like, this is Nussbaum. I'm a driver. I want to help my family, so I'm going to call the shop and get this taken care of for him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just look at do the best you can and, always think of, what's best for us as a family, as a company.
Yeah. I mean, it could be like, everyday life examples. Like if you take out the garbage, like maybe put like a trash bag back in there.
Right.
So the next
Because
person
someone might be
doesn't-
cooking and then they go to throw meat in there and now they can't throw it.
Yeah.
You always think of what.
Yeah.
I always look at it when I leave this world, I want to leave it a better place than what I got. And
Yeah.
that's how I look at Nussbaum. I won't be here forever, but I want to leave it better than when I got here.
Yeah. And not just leaving places better, but also
Right.
leaving people in a better
Yeah.
place.
Everything.
Absolutely, yeah.
Everything. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
I think with owning it, like if you own something, you're responsible for it and you're accountable to it. So like when you like mess up and like people mess up, like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
the equipment gets broken, appointments get overlooked and stuff like that. Like, we gotta, I don't want to say own it, but like we're responsible for that. And like for us to like try and save face, that's not owning it. Like
Right.
for us to try and, kind of sweep it under the rug so we don't look good,
Yeah.
that's not owning it. Owning it is saying like, yep, that's me. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
And that's something I can say that since I've been here, I've grown at, because unless you're around the culture, around other people that do it, it's very hard to, oh boy, I don't want to get yelled at. I didn't do that,
Yeah.
And it's something I'm trying to teach to my kids, yeah, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to get in trouble at school, but own it, take the consequence and move forward.
Yeah.
And just don't let it happen again,
Yeah.
And it was something until you see it, practice, you don't really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
Yeah, like for me, like I came from unhealthy environments beforehand, so like it was like this fear of like if I confess, like, oh, I made a mistake here, like I'm going to be like severely punished or like made fun of, or so it was so healthy to actually like make some mistakes, confess to it, and then see how I was like treated, because then it gave me the like confidence that like when I do mess up, it's okay to say that.
That's what is like so great about Nussbaum is like we have the environment right now to where like if you break something or you miss up something, overlook something, and you say, hey, I'm sorry, I messed up here, like you're gonna be held accountable, yes, but like we're in a position where we can say like, all right, what we can do moving forward.
What can we do to help you?
That's why I like forgiveness. Forgiveness brings freedom. Like absolutely it does.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely it does.
Yeah. And if you guys don't know what that's from, I mean, we do have a trailer that says forgiveness brings freedom. So, yeah. Wow, that's really great stuff, guys. If there was advice that you could give to like if there's a new person coming in your office, what advice would you give them?
Be yourself, I would say. I know when I started, I was kind of like in a shell. Like I didn't want to come out of the shell because I didn't know anyone. Like you said, it's almost like the first day of school all over again.
Oh, yeah.
But like I've never worked at a place, like I felt intimidated when I came here, but when you really see what the culture is, and there's no reason to be intimidated here. And it's like just be yourself and people will accept you for that. And every other place I've worked at, even schools, is that you don't feel like you can be. And like this is the first place where I would recommend to anyone, be yourself, ask questions. And
I would say be meek. Meek sounds like weak, but it's not weakness at all. Meekness is being teachable. Meekness is being humble. Like ask questions. Like there's people that have been working here for hundreds of years. I'm just kidding.
Talking about Steve?
Which one? Steve Neal? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, if you come in a place acting like you know everything, like people are going to be kind of turned off to that. But if you come in with like a teachable, humble spirit, like, hey, I messed up here, like, or, hey, how do I do this better? What's a better way I can do this?
Yeah.
People are going to be way more open to that and want to help you.
Right.
Than if you come in acting like you own the place, or like if you know everything there is to know about everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really good. Is there any myths in this industry that you'd like to debunk? It's a really strange question.
Well, I know, like, before I got into this industry, I didn't realize what went into trucking at all. At all. I thought people just drove trucks from A to B. I didn't realize all the regulations. I didn't realize, if they run out of hours and they're literally stuck in I mean, I didn't realize how much could go wrong. Like, I didn't realize how many breakdowns would happen in a day. Like, even when I was down at the body shop, I didn't realize everything that went involved. And I feel like that's a myth that, I don't know, they just want to keep strapping regulations on stuff, and it just worries me because, it's one of those industries where I don't think people fully understand it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel like, the drivers should get a lot more appreciation for what they do, especially during the pandemic. We're at least at home or in an office where we're controlling it, and they're going in and out of docks where they don't know who's working there and everything. And everyone, not just our drivers in general, went through the whole thing and kept this whole country and the world moving.
Yeah.
And I don't think people realize how important they are.
And how tough they are.
Yeah. I mean, there's places that were shutting down, they couldn't even go in and go to the bathroom or buy food. It's like, how are these people supposed to give you what you need if you're not going to offer it up to them?
Yeah.
That's why I loved, you'd see, videos, posts and everything of people that would bring them food and stuff. And that was just so awesome to see because they truly are what kept this country moving during all that.
Yeah.
I had something, but I forgot what I was going to say. Yes. Oh, yeah. So the American truck driver, like, what do you get in your mind when you hear that, like, truck driver? Like, usually what I picture is, net trucking cap, a big old truck, and like you kind of have this like persona of like what a trucker is, but like A trucker is just you and me. Like they're people. Mm-hmm. Some of them like to talk on the phone. Some of them don't like to talk on the phone. Mm-hmm. Some of them like the color blue. Some of them don't like the color blue. You know what I mean? Like they're just people. Like they're not anything. You know, they're not like this. You know, unrecognizable. Mm-hmm. It's not a persona, I guess.
Yeah,
like the
you
persona
can't put them in a box.
Right.
And they're all the
Exactly.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Is there anyone that you've been super surprised? Like, whoa, you drive a truck? Like.
So I really appreciated the when we did like the hobbies thing, like, and you see like Douglas like front doing like the CrossFit.
Yeah, he works out like all the time. Like he has weights in his truck. I think he lifts like while he's. Maybe that's not safe, but I'm pretty sure he does something. Like maybe not while he's driving,
right?
Like
while he's on his brakes and everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Has a bike that he always brings too. Like, yeah, you can do a lot.
Oh yeah, you sure can.
Yeah, you think of like I don't know, like Kent Pitchford, like he's what I picture when I think trucker, and then you have like Adrian Reel, who's just like the sweetest thing ever. Like every time she calls and
yeah, wow, that's really good. Do you guys have anything that you want to say to your shop folks? Any?
Do we have to?
No.
They're kind of lame.
No, just kidding. No, we appreciate. I mean, we love the team. We talk close knit. I mean. I don't know. I couldn't be happier to be part of that team.
Oh, I couldn't ask for a better team. Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they put me in a management role, but I still feel like, we're one big family. We're pushing for the same common goal, which is ultimately do the best for our drivers, keep them moving, do the best for Nussbaum in general as far as trying to save costs when we can and everything. I know our whole team, they're just dedicated in that, and we're super excited for the new addition to be finished so we can get moved in there.
Yeah. It's going to look really great.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, there is one picture that I do want to bring up on the screen to kind of talk about your modeling career. And
it was short-lived. The first one was without a mask, but my agent said that the place actually requested I wear a mask because we went through 3 cameras, breaking them before this one.
Okay.
So, that was Halloween when I worked at the Gerber Collision in Pontiac one year. But that would be Optimus Prime in one of my finest outfits.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think I only had one shoot after that. My agent said we didn't get any more calls. So it was a big seller in Canada, not so much over here in the U.S., but the Canadians liked it.
Do you guys have any strange or unusual talents that you'd like to share or demonstrate?
I don't. I'm unusual as a person, but I don't have talent.
Yeah. You don't walk, you waddle.
I waddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
I see you walking around the track.
Well, that's waddling, John. Eventually.
There's a difference.
Eventually, I'm going to be like Doug. I'm going to have a bicycle at my desk and workout bands, water bottle. Watch out, Doug. I'm coming for you.
Or like Bill, working out with the jump rope and the stocking cap.
Yeah.
See, Doug Brado was supposed to go on walks every morning with me. What do you say, 7 or 7:30? This is after my last heart incident, and he said, well, I'm going to go on walks with you every morning. He came one time, and then he stood me up every day since.
What?
Yeah, you're on blast, Doug.
Oh, no. Wait, what heart incident?
I have an irregular heartbeat, and it kind of flares up, comes and goes. I'm not supposed to have ice cream.
Or Monster drinks?
Monster drinks, it doesn't affect it. It doesn't raise my blood pressure, really. And I do have facts behind that, but I don't want to disclose.
If Billy Joe's watching right now, she's probably like
she's on vacation. Right, she's not. It's not live. She can't be watching.
Billy Joe's kind of like our shop mom.
Yeah.
Aww.
She keeps us in check.
Yeah. You didn't give any shout out to her.
Well,
we don't want to say the wrong thing, and then we'll get set on fire.
Yeah. She always threatens everybody that she'll set us on fire. So.
Yeah.
Don't set us on fire.
It could happen. We don't know yet. We haven't pushed.
It never has happened.
It could.
Come on, you won't.
I don't know.
Happen to
You won't
close.
set us on fire.
Well, if you guys had anything else to add?
No.
Just be sure to subscribe, leave a like, comment. Yeah.
Tune in next week.
Okay, we'll see.
Oh, yeah, stay tuned for our next episode on Nussbaum Air Cargo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That's a little Easter egg. I don't think you're supposed to say that, John.
Yeah. Well, goodbye.
You've been listening to Terminal Exchange, the official podcast show of Nussbaum Transportation. Nussbaum is an industry leader in over-the-road freight transportation. For more information on Nussbaum's award-winning truckload services and top-paying driving careers, go to nussbaum.com or nussbaumjobs.com. Thanks for listening to this episode of Terminal Exchange. New episodes arrive every Tuesday, so be sure to subscribe to our show wherever you listen to podcasts and share a little love by writing us a review. Then, go deeper into each exchange or listen to previous episodes at our podcast page, terminalexchange.org.